Hi, everybody. Lovely to see so many of you here. Feeling that the energy is really in this Lion's Gate and this full moon, and the frequency of this portal is so, so strong. And this is why I feel there's been a really big attraction here. So,
It's
who's feeling it?
Susan. It's
Who's
Camden.
feeling it? Oh, let's,
Hey.
if everybody could mute themselves.
Yeah.
Hi, Candice. Let's meet you. Thanks, my darling. Lovely to see everybody. Some people I know, and I see your faces, smiling faces, and I know you. And some of you I've actually never met before, or I don't know. You might be in my community or on my newsletter, or you may have found this on a Facebook ad or on Instagram, or someone might have told you about this event. So if you're completely new to any of my work, would you mind putting an N there in the chat? And then Wendy, who is my beautiful assistant there, up in the top right TV screen up there, she's waving next to me, is just going to have a look and see who's new. Just look, it's amazing. Gosh, lots of you are new. So just type in the chat where you're from so everyone can see everyone and where you're from as we just let everybody in, because usually in these events we kind of have a couple of minutes where everybody is coming in and we start to go into the energy a little bit later. So what this event will consist of is us all being put into a beautiful created healing space. We're all going to ground and connect. I have like a particular recipe that I use when I connect with people. So I'm going to teach you that as I'm doing it. And then we're going to call in the guides and see what happens. And before that, we're going to speak a little bit about what this portal is really going to bring to us, okay? And how we can use it best. And then I have no idea which guides are going to come in. I've been working as a channel for nearly probably 28 years now. I am a galactic channel. I speak light language sometimes. Tones come through, sounds. I can see my guides, I can hear my guides, and I sometimes can feel them. So I've been teaching this work for a very long time, but I'm also known as a spiritual scientist because I was scientifically trained. So my background is very much psychology, psychotherapy, neuropsychology, meta health, naturopathy, you name it, I kind of did it. And with that, putting it all together, I help people to release the trauma that they've held for lifetimes sometimes so that they can align to their mission. And I really believe that my mission is to help you on your ascension pathway, which is where we are right now. We are stepping into this beautiful new earth and we're stepping into the new portals of change. And the old earth now is really something that we could almost see in the distance. And if you've found yourself here, if you've been attracted to this energy, then I know that you are also someone that has a big awakening happening within you. Now, many of us have had awakenings over our lifetime, but some people are looking back and saying, wow, that was nothing compared to now. And I truly believe that we are going through significant awakenings. And during this 8-8 Lionsgate portal, we are really looking at big soul transformations. So the reason that's happening is because we need to bring more light into this world. Okay. There has been lots of experiences recently and over the many years and many lifetimes and timelines where we've had to step up. And this is one of them. And the way that we step up is by standing in our true authentic light, and the ability to hold light depends on the frequency we hold. So just say that again. How much light we hold is about the frequency we hold. So the higher our frequency, the more, oh, it's 88 people on the call. Really? Is that right? Wow. So far, amazing. So the frequency that we hold reflects the light that we hold. And so the more light we hold, the higher our frequency. The higher our frequency, the more our expansion happens. And I truly believe that this portal in particular is very much about aligning big time to why we're truly here. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to hold this free event. So if you don't know about me, you can find out about me on my website, which is susankennard.co.uk. I have a YouTube channel, which is my name as well. And I do lots of videos on my YouTube channel, especially 5-minute frequency tune-ups, which some of you may have found me on. I also run a program called the Ascension Practitioner Program, which is a certification to be an Ascension practitioner out in the world. I'm basically teaching my life's work. So all my processes, I'm putting it all together as a program. So I have some of you on here that are in my Ascension practitioner certifications. It's lovely to see you. I also hold I call it my soul family, a Soul's Ascension membership. And so if you're interested in being part of a like-minded community, you can have a look at that. And quite often I do run free events. You can find me on all social media. And I'm also the author of a book called Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, which I was very honored to win Hay House Writers contract, a competition. So I got a contract. And also the children's book, which is called The Guardian Wings. And you can find, I don't know where they are actually, because I've packed for the weekend lots of books because I'm speaking at Barbara O'Neill's event in Hertfordshire here in England. And so I've packed my children's books and my books as I'm doing a book signing there. But essentially, you can find those all on my website and you can find them on Amazon. And I also recorded my Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, which is a self-healing book channeled on Audible. So you can listen to my British voice if you like to hear a British voice. So beautiful to have you all here. I think we can get started. I see that actually it's 8:08 as I say that here in the UK. So it's actually 8:08. And we're preparing ourselves, aren't we, for the 8/8 portal, which is going to be tomorrow. And so I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be speaking around that time and running an Ascension workshop around the 8/8 portal, the Lions Gate. So I'm excited. That's going to be very powerful. So let's get started. Wendy, thank you for letting people in that come in a bit later. If you are coming in later, this is being recorded. It won't go out as an email replay, but it is going to be downloaded to my YouTube channel. So all you need to do is just sign up to my YouTube channel. Actually, Wendy, you can put the link there if you want to, my YouTube channel, and then you can get the replay. Okay. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to create a sacred space, first of all. So just place your hands on your heart. Just close your eyes if you feel you would like to. And just breathe. Creator, all that is, it is commanded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all 4 levels and resolve on the history level for everybody here present and anyone listening after, to release any waywards, any watchers, any entities, any attachments, any thought forms, anything that does not serve us, and send it to pure unconditional love. Please create a beautiful sacred space for us this evening. Allow us to be able to listen with our heart, listen with our soul, feel the guidance, release anything that no longer serves us. Perhaps give us some inspiration and allow us to step more fully into our mission, into our true purpose, the reason for being here, the reason for choosing to be human this time. So take a deep breath And I want you to, on the next breath, I want you to take a breath and just hold and release whenever you need to, but hold just for a few moments. And then release when you need to. And we're just going to do that a couple more times. What happens as we come into our heart and we hold is we start to center. And I just invite you just to be in this present moment today. Take this time for you. Take this time just to be and receive whatever you need to receive. Good. So just breathe normally. And I want you just to imagine that underneath your feet is a beautiful star. And I want you to imagine a crystal star. So even if you feel you can't see or you don't know, just imagine a crystalline star underneath your feet. And imagine that going down into Mother Earth. Now, I want you to imagine that the earth is a beautiful, bright, golden earth. And your beautiful crystal star is settling in this energy. That you are such an important part of ascension and this life that you've chosen. Good. Take a deep breath and just draw your attention up to your heart. And then draw your attention to above your head, to the crown of your head. And then imagine that you're looking up to the stars beyond the stars. And I want you just to connect with a really beautiful, bright, huge star. Just imagine one there. And this is your soul star. And this soul star connects you to the bigger part of who you are. The bigger part, your true self. And I want you to imagine a beautiful beam of light connecting down through your body, shining a spotlight on you, right the way down to your crystalline star. Now, knowing that we have a beautiful created healing space that is sacred, we now can invite in all of the beautiful beings of light that want to support us this evening. So just invite in your guides, your angels, and any other beings that wish to support us. Just ask them to draw close. They're already here, but it's really important for us to ask. Good. And so I want you to set your intention within your heart. What would you like to experience? What would you like to release? What would you like to bring in to your life? Just take a few moments to set your intention. Good. Okay, and when you feel ready, you can come back. Okay, everyone okay? Good. So part of this Lionsgate energy that we're in is also to do with this incredible full moon. So we have a full moon in Aquarius as well this weekend. And what's happening with this is it's really amplifying this portal that's opening. Now, this portal has been around for a few days, but it actually peaks, we would say, this weekend. So it's great that we're doing this just before the peak because we can clear out anything that stops us from being that pure frequency match. So some people believe that the Syrian Stargate is aligned at the same time with Orion's belt and the Lion's Gate. Now, this 8-8 portal is an infinity portal. So we all know what infinity means, don't we? We mean it's never ending, it's everlasting. And quite often we know that when we're in this infinity space, that we are able to manifest and create from a place of a higher frequency. So when I was speaking to the guides earlier, what they were saying to me was that they really wanted to bring in not only healing, but an activation to the Syrian Stargate. So I'm very much, work with my galactics. I have worked with them for many years now. I many of the collectives that come in are, for example, the Rainbow Galactics, which are here to help us with Ascension, the Syrian High Council, which I'm sure will pop in at some point, the Palladian Collective come in, Acturians come in. We have something called the Second Generation Council of Light that recently came, and that is a collective of many different beings. And I know that there are many other beings that pop in and out, and sometimes we don't actually even have to know who they are. We just have to trust that we are being given this experience so that we can raise our frequency to the highest peace that we can in this world, so that we can be the brightest light that we can be. And I'm getting a little nudge here to say that actually our soul already knows exactly why we're here. Our soul knows where we're being guided to, and it's really just our job to stay in the highest frequency and to be the most aligned to why we're truly here. So just let me know in the chat if you know that you are a soul having a human experience. Let me know, just a yes if you know that. Amazing. Yeah, fantastic. And how many of you really feel completely embodied into your soul's mission? Be really honest. Okay, be really honest. Do you feel that every single day you wake up, you don't feel you're working, you're living your complete mission of your life? Yeah? Yeah, some of you are, some of you 50%, you're putting in percentages here, and some of you, yeah, not just today, Rosh. Rosh is not feeling very well. She's part of my community and my soul family, and not just today, I mean generally, do you feel like you get up every day and you're like, wow, I'm truly living my path of why I'm here? Okay, so if you are feeling like that, that's amazing. And we can always go to the next timeline and the next frequency. And I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly looking at the mirror of my life. And so when I say that, it's like, look at your life and know that that is a mirror and a reflection of your internal mirror. Okay. So your internal mirror is reflecting out to the world. Just visualize that for a moment. Imagine you're the mirror and your life is a reflection of that. Okay. So your life's not perfect and it's not meant to be perfect. Okay. But when you see things in your life or situations, maybe it's your money, maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your physical body, whatever it might be, know that there is a part of you that holds a frequency that is creating that. Now, that is not from judgment or blame or anything. But what's really good when you realize that is that you are the one that has the power to heal yourself, right? That you are your holy grail and you are your inner healer. Now, facilitators are amazing because they help you to heal yourself. And that's something that I do. And many of you on here are facilitators, but no one is your healer. Okay. So does everybody know that? Who knows that no one else heals them? It should be interesting for me to see. Yeah. So when we embody that truth and that knowing that no one is a healer for anyone, but that we are facilitators and we are a support for people, what happens is we start to take responsibility for our own healing journey. Okay. So what we're doing is we're actually saying, wow, not sure about that mirror reflection that I've got. You know, that person said this to me and it made me feel really angry, or it made me feel judged, or it made me feel sad, or whatever it is. And then we take responsibility for that really probably very young part of us that just decided that they were not worthy of love, or that they were not appreciated or supported, or perhaps they grew up with, you know, somebody who was angry all the time or something like that, right? So we take responsibility for those aspects, those parts of us. And as we take responsibility for those and we go on our healing journey with many different beautiful processes we can use, then we start to see that the reflection of our life changes. Who's noticed that when they've done some inner work, especially with younger parts of themselves, have they noticed that their mirror has changed? Yeah. And it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. And it is as if you're polishing your mirror. So if you take one thing away from today and you remember, you know, just have it as like a symbolism. Oh, I think my mirror needs a bit of polish. Yeah. And that, if you can just see it as that, Sean is saying her mirror is completely different than a few years ago. Yeah, exactly. And what happens with that is that we start to see, we have inspired action, but we have opportunities that come in, which we can choose to take or not take. And we can start to feel that our physical body actually starts to change because we're holding more light, we're holding more love for ourselves. And so therefore we are able to connect with these incredible portals, and we can release anything that no longer serves us when we are within that. Okay. I'm already seeing what the guides want to do with us. So they're obviously ramping up the energy. I don't know if you can, 111 participants. That's so cool. I absolutely love that. Let me just do a snapshot of that. Hold on. Someone just said that, so it was so good. Hold on. Wendy, can you take a snapshot of that for me? That'd be amazing. So yeah, so as we, the angels are here, definitely, yeah. So I can see already they're bringing in this portal of light. So I can already see this, and I think they really want to get on with it actually. But it's fun to talk about this, because what happens is it starts to open the door for us to stand more fully in our power and stand more fully in taking responsibility for this life. And if you are a facilitator for somebody else and you're standing fully in your light with that, you never, ever get it done. You know, we don't just say, well, I've done 20 years of work on myself and that's it now, I've stopped. It's just not the way it is. But what's really important is that there is never a perfection. Because if there were perfection, why would we be here? We wouldn't be in our human form. We wouldn't need to be in our human form, because it's all part of us remembering that we are a divine being of light, choosing to be human, that we're never on our own, and that we have a really important reason for being here. Okay, right. Let's see where we go with the guides. So yeah, I feel that too. So Mother Mary's actually here. And I feel that maybe there's some of you on here that need some compassion and some healing first, because they've got the portal ready here for us to step into. But Mother Mary is very closely standing here. So I don't know if anyone here on the call can feel her, But when she comes in and she works with me, it's always because there is something that we need to do around a suffering part of ourselves, and usually a very young part of ourselves. Okay. So if you haven't done this kind of work before, don't worry, just follow along with me. But I'm feeling that what would be really helpful before we step into this activation and portal with the galactics is actually just to do some healing. Okay. So just be with me with it. Try to repeat exactly what I say, because we're actually going to be doing some compassion. Many of you on the Ascension Practitioner have been practicing this a lot to help people. And many of you on my soul family, you know that we do this work a lot. So what's really, really important is to give compassion to ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the word you. And my invite to you is, if your first language is not English, then try to use the language that you were brought up with as a child. Okay. So if it was Spanish, use Spanish and just copy what I'm saying and just translate it, and whatever other language. So when we do this, it's much more powerful, and we're able to access those parts of us that would have heard that language when we were growing up. All right. Okay. And don't worry, it's being recorded. You can catch it again if you miss this and fall asleep. Okay. So I'm just going to put my hand on my heart, and I can feel Mother Mary here very strongly, and Joshua actually. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just repeat these words out loud if you can. I'm so sorry that sometimes this world felt confusing for you. I'm so sorry that sometimes you didn't know where to turn. I'm so sorry that you felt you were doing it all on your own. I'm so sorry that you thought it was your job to heal the world. I'm so sorry that they didn't hear you. I'm so sorry that they made you wrong. I'm so sorry that that made you sad sometimes. I'm so sorry that you held others' grief. I'm so sorry that the burdens you held were often not yours. I'm so sorry that you felt it was all up to you. I'm so sorry that they judged you. I'm so sorry you felt misunderstood. I'm so sorry that you held all this judgment for yourself and it was never yours. I'm so sorry that you forgot. You are a divine being of light, choosing to be human. I'm so sorry you forgot that we were always there to love and support you. So just take your time and just take a breath and come back when you feel present. Just let me know in the chat how you feel. So that process, compassion, is a place where we access all of the parts of us without knowing anything. So we forget that there have been many, many bits of us that have felt these feelings, and they've never ever been acknowledged. And those were channeled to me for the group, but you can actually do this yourself. So anything that happens in your life, you can place your hand on your heart and just say, I'm so sorry you feel. And always say you. And the reason for that is that we are accessing all of those parts. So it could be all of the childhood parts, even growing in the womb. It could be ancestral parts. It could be past life parts. It could be any parts. And we just do not need a story. Okay. Okay, good. So everyone seems to be feeling a lot lighter. And I can actually see the portal of light. It's aligned now. So it's kind of coming here. So that tells me, oh, wow, 111 people are here. That's amazing. That tells me that they were waiting for the alignment to happen and the frequency so that they can bring it in. So I'm just going to have a little chat. This is how I work with my guides. So I just have a little chat with how they want to do it. Okay. So this is definitely about your ascension pathway. It's about your mission. It's about opening the door to the next part of your mission. So no matter where you are on your ascension pathway, no matter where you are, no matter what's happened to you, no matter, what stories you hold, and we all hold stories, right? No matter what wounds you have and how beautiful you chose them to be a great light for others, right? So no matter wherever you are in your experience, you're going to go to the next frequency. Okay. So there's no hierarchy, there's no judgment, there's no anyone's better than anyone else. It just is exactly where you need to be in that moment. All right. Okay. So if you haven't experienced galactic work, just open your heart and just receive. And if you have, then the same goes. Just open your heart and receive. Okay. 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 Okay, good. So let's close our eyes and come into our heart space. And just wherever you are, if you've been emotional, just know that this is a really beautiful healing experience for you. And it was all perfectly divinely ordered. Okay, good. Yep, thank you. Okay, so I want you just to imagine the beautiful beings of light. So just imagine light coming in all around you. Specifically, we've got the Rainbow Galactics actually here, and then the Syrian High Council standing to my right. But let's just imagine a beautiful. Wow, yes, okay. Imagine us in a circle of light, they're saying. So imagine that we're all standing together in our own light, but creating a beautiful circle of light. And they're showing me Stonehenge, actually, that we went to recently, some of us went to recently. And they're telling me that there is a very strong portal in Stonehenge at the moment, which is new information to me. So we can tap into that as well, they're saying, at this time. Okay. So we're all standing together in our symbolism of our circle of light, and just feel that beam of light around you. And so what I'm seeing is an incredibly huge portal of light coming down in the center of us, okay? And what I'm being told is that this portal of light is essentially holds the frequency of the infinity. So this is infinite frequency, and very powerful on this Lionsgate energy, of course. But this is the infinity frequency that we're going to be stepping into if you choose to. It's your free will, you do not have to, but you can just stand and observe if you want to, or you can step in a moment, okay? But so this portal of light that is in the center of us, almost like just a massive, great beam of light. What the guides are saying is that this holds and contains the frequency of releasing anything that no longer serves us on the mission that we're on. So mission can be anything. It's what lights you up. And whatever lights you up, it seems like you're ready to go to the next level of what lights you up. And so just honor yourself with this. Oh my goodness, I can feel it already. Honor yourself with this frequency that's coming in. Okay, so when you hear the tone, which is coming through in a moment, I want you to imagine that you're stepping into this portal of light. Okay, wait for the tone because it's being attuned at the same time. So here we go. And there'll be some light language as well. So hold on. Okay, stay in this portal of light. Take a deep breath. And there are many beings around us. They're coming in as a collective now, and they're coming through with language to speak to your soul. So you're going to be receiving activations within your own soul, your own soul's mission, and opening the doors for you to step out and shine your light in a stronger, brighter, calmer, they're saying calmer frequency, that it just is, that you just are, that you don't need to express yourself in a way where anyone needs to necessarily be the same as you. You are your true, authentic expression. Okay, so this is the second generation Council of Light. I kanalangata utishtiktili na te kutuila na te itila kanana ukale titishitili da toshtakali na kudola yane titishitili na ukali talaga tutushtikatila ganto tuya na da ila titishkati la tutuya na da ikala kutushtikini na da yo tushtikatila kutuya na rina da dia da. Take a deep breath. And just imagine the infinity symbol coming through that frequency of portal of light. And just feel that frequency. I'm being told this is the hertz, the frequency of the hertz of manifesting in your mission. So manifestation is, what the guides are reminding me to say, is that it's not about you necessarily making something happen. What manifestation in the new earth, in our ascension path, is about holding the frequency, they're saying. So holding the frequency of infinity. So just feel into that space. Tikadiliana da ushtikalina nagedidayana tutushkatialana. Ikala kadushtiana dalina katuyana diatashtila kadunuyana. So what they're saying now is for us to imagine looking up in that light and imagine there's a starlight coming down. And now I'm seeing the whole Orion constellation and the Syrian stargate. So imagine this, just imagine a star opening up a stargate. Oh gosh, this is very much about ascension. And I want you to imagine a rainbow light coming down, right down through your crown, through your heart center, down into connecting to your earth star under your feet and expanding out through this new earth. And what they're saying is, as we're receiving that through our own frequency, then we are also sending this frequency through humanity, but Mother Earth, Gaia, and this new earth that we are all part of and all creating. Okay, so I'm seeing another beam coming down, another frequency of light coming down. So we had the rainbow of ascension, and now I'm seeing like a platinum, gold, silver frequency. And what they're saying is that as you hear, there's a tone coming in, as you hear this tone and the language, then they want you to receive this frequency as your creation. So as you are creating, where do you really want to be? Like, how do you want to feel on your ascension journey? How do you want to feel in this life? Connecting with the feeling of it, a feeling of love and expansion as this light comes down. It's like a platinum, almost like a laser beam. I kalakate dushiktilana, u kalakatiana tutushikitila katiana tuyana tayana tichishkatiliana, u kalakatiliana tutushikitila ketutuyana tayana tu. So I'm seeing light codes coming down, and they're saying to me that you will receive the light codes that you need, that are specific to you. And I can see Melchizedek overseeing this and watching this all happen. So I'm seeing many different codes coming down here. And they're saying that as you are receiving these light codes, take a deep breath and just intend that anything leaves you that is no longer a frequency match to the next part of your mission. Now, this could be anything. It could be a job. It could be people in your life. It could be something that you eat. It could be something that's been held in your body for a long time and it's time to be released. So allow that, just take a breath and release it. You don't always know what it is, so just set the intention, anything that no longer serves me as I step into this new part of my mission. Release anything I no longer need. And I'm hearing a statement here. Perhaps you'd like to repeat it. As I stand in my sovereignty, in my true birthright of abundance and freedom, I choose to claim it now. And so what I'm seeing now is this portal of light is lifting up. And I'm watching as all of the, I call them dusty bits of debris is just going up with this portal of light, up to source, up to creator, to be transmuted. And you're left with a sparkling new energy of freedom and expansion. So just connect in with how you feel. And if you have been given any insight or any information, then just jot it down now. Come back and jot it down quickly. Sometimes we get bits of inspiration from our higher self and our guides. Yeah, thanks. They're saying that this new wave of awakening that is happening with all of us. And so no matter where you are in your journey of remembering, no matter where you are in your journey of remembering, you are always stepping into the next part of your remembering. So they're saying that many of us will be receiving the remembering of soul gifts. Now, they've always been there. It's not like you've just been given them. It's just that the frequency will be a match now for you to bring them forward. They're also saying that, and this is brilliant. This is as we shift our frequency, then the frequency of the guides that are part of who we are actually changes. So we then start to get supported by many other guides. So we have different frequencies of guides depending on what we need in that moment. And you may notice that we don't really hear people talk too much about Native American Indians anymore. We do still hear about those beautiful assistants, but we don't hear it in the same way. And that is because our frequency has changed. And so therefore the guides that are helping us now on our ascension pathway are also a match to our frequency. Okay. So this is really beautiful. Let me just see if there's any other information that's coming through. Okay, so what they're saying is, and this is actually the Rainbow Galactics are stepping forward and they're just inspiring me. They're not kind of speaking through me at the moment, but they're saying that many of you will be experiencing changes in your physical body. And they're saying that we have to come into a place now where we are healing the thoughts that we have around our physical body. So I'm asking them to help me understand this a bit better so I can tell you. So they're saying that as we shift our thoughts and our consciousness around our physical vehicle, which carries our soul, they're saying that as we change our thoughts around our body, that we can love ourselves and essentially love ourselves, but love ourselves. We are changing and shifting our physical humanness into that of ease. So what they're saying is that the more that we can honor our body, they want me to talk a bit about this, so I will. I'll come back and talk a little bit about this. So you may have heard of Ascension Symptoms. Okay, lots of people talk about it. I do too. And Ascension Symptoms are an opportunity for our body and our frequency to go to an upgrade. So what no longer serves us has to go. So I'm going to say a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to heal or cure. I never would, because I believe you're the healer for yourself. But what I will tell you is that our body never ever does anything against us. Our soul is talking to us and our body is the barometer for our soul. Okay. So if you imagine this is your jacket and your soul is kind of being carried around in a jacket, okay, put it like that, or a cloak. And so your soul is always talking to you, and it's your choice whether you listen. And your body is that barometer for that. So it's sometimes hard to make sense of that when our body might be showing something that makes us feel really uncomfortable and maybe in pain or something like that. And so my invite to you is to use the compassion process. So whatever's going on with your body in Ascension Symptoms, or even just now, full moons have a great way of pushing anything out of the cells that is no longer needed. Okay, so quite often we might have a raise in our temperature, great way of healing anything. And we might also need to sleep a lot more. That's another really good way of releasing things. And it might be that we feel that, you know, we need to drink lots more water and hydrate, you know, a lot more. I've been drinking a lot today. Definitely felt more dehydrated today. And a full moon and a new moon is a great opportunity for our body to really do a big purge. So who's felt a purge recently? I know Roshni has. Who's felt a purge recently in their body? Felt, you know, had a cold or felt unwell or something like that, or something shown up. I know, Roshni, yeah. A big purge. So in Meta Health, we talk about feeling sick, having a fever, headaches, things like that as a healing peak. So quite often we've done some healing, or even if we haven't, and our body just really needs to purge something and align to the next frequency, then we will have something that will go on. And it could be a cough. I've got a bit of a croaky voice today, but I'm not ill. So a cough, a cold, you know, headaches, sick, things like that. And if you're in my soul family and someone, you know, has something like that, I'm like, oh, amazing. Imagine how you're going to feel afterwards, because it's always such a beautiful thing that you go through once you've purged something. So how are you all feeling after that healing, that activation, and so on? How are you all feeling? Let me know. Karen's feeling renewed. Laurie, great, brilliant. Tashina, great, peaceful, good, fantastic. Tired, yeah, you're going to be, sometimes people feel tired after they've received that healing. And remember that, you know, that's going to be carrying on, right? And we're in this weekend now where, you know, we are going to be going through it. So if you feel, gosh, my voice, if you feel that you have a headache after that healing, or you feel that you know, you're exhausted, then just trust that the body is doing a fantastic job of catching up with the soul. So you just needed to release something that was hanging around that you didn't need anymore. And quite often with light language, I'm just looking at all these messages. Oh, itchiness. I'm going to talk to that in a moment. Itchiness is a good one. Quite often, you know, if we remember that, oh, how amazing that, you know, my body's doing this, I'm able to rest, or I'm feeling a bit tired, or whatever it is, see it as an amazing opportunity that you've listened to your soul, and your soul is going, yay, now I can put you on the right path. Itchiness, if it's just happened just now, this is amazing. This is healing separation. So whatever happened, who was it? Carol. So whatever happened, whatever healing you received, activations, you know, codes, I saw them all coming in. This allowed you, part of you that felt separated. Carol, does that make any sense to you? Oh goodness, this is going to turn into an Ascension symptom, which is fun, one of my favorite things. So lower leg night cramps, lack of magnesium, the day-night cycle with magnesium and sodium and calcium is not working exactly properly. So it means that calcium and sodium is in the wrong part of the cell. Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. Just drink more water and add a bit of magnesium citrate to your life. Okay, just a little bit to start with, and just start to put more magnesium in, and then the day-night cycle will start working better. Okay. Oh my goodness, yeah. Teeth. I mean, teeth have been coming up for me. Teeth have been coming up for my daughter. Goodness, there's so much stuff coming up at the moment that we're releasing. Oh, wow, Joshua, that's amazing. Stomach was upset before the call, and after the process, it's pretty much gone. And that can happen as well. The same with pain. That can happen as well when you're receiving healing. So it can be the other way around as well. So, Tanisha, knee pain. So, from a mental health perspective, and I'll just say this, if it's a sharp pain that's just happened when you're doing this healing, then know that this is a healing peak and it's about your self-worth. I'm not going to go into the whole science of it. I'm going to do that more on the Ascension Practitioner certification, right? So you can understand it a bit more. But just for this basis, if you know that it's your bones and your muscles, then this is about your identity and your self-worth. So it means that there's been an acceptance around moving forward with your identity and your self-worth. Okay, so that's really good. Makes sense, Tanisha? Yeah. Yep. So Amita's got a headache, especially at the back. Yep. Causal chakra. Yeah, so somebody's iPhone 3 here is saying, will we feel more energy and shift into the next vibration gradually over the next week? Your soul will take you wherever you need to go. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just the channel. I just hold the space and bring it through, facilitating. So your soul will take you where it needs to go. I just want to make sure that you understand that if your body starts to show, tiredness or a healing peak or, something happening in your body and you're like, oh goodness, what is that? Is something wrong with me? No, your body is going into a really beautiful healing expression. So that's amazing. Oh yes, so Elle, this is, I don't know who you are, but Elle wrote, I really love the healing of Mother Mary, the I'm so sorry steps. So the I'm so sorry is actually compassion, and you can do that yourself. But Mother Mary happened to be standing here and wanting us to really step into healing some suffering parts of us. So she doesn't always come through with that process, but you absolutely can call her in to support you with it. But actually just, yourself, you can just say, I'm so sorry, and whatever you're feeling. And the same with your body. So if you've got something going on with your body, just acknowledge it. And so if it's a pain in your knees, people have got pains here, just acknowledge the feeling of it. So if it's pain, if it makes you feel frustrated, if it makes you feel confused, if it makes you feel angry or whatever it might be, acknowledge that emotion, okay? Because it is possible that by acknowledging that emotion, you're going to release why your body is showing you that message, okay? Or at least start to go on the journey of it. Okay, thanks, Zena. Thank you, darling. Yeah. Oh, so Natasha, yeah, really itchy hands. Has that just started, Natasha, while you've been just say yes or no? Has it just started? Yeah. So that's amazing. So is it this part of the hand or this part of the hand? The back of the hands, right? Oh, people have got, yeah, so you've all got something different. Some people have got palms in the back. So this is healing separation. Yeah, healing separation. So how amazing is that? Maybe you want to hold something more. Maybe you just want to like hold more light or something, and you haven't felt that you could. The replay is posted on my YouTube channel, not on Facebook. Yeah, so it's on my YouTube channel if you want the replay. Someone's asking. Yeah, so that's really amazing. So holding more light, holding more. I know that you help people and facilitate. So if you think about where your hands are, look, holding. Yeah, could be. And the palms of the hands, imagine what that is, how we receive these our hand chakras. Imagine the frequency shift with that if you've got itchy hands. Let's just have a look. I'm just going to put just put a Q if you've got a question, and I'll have a look at it. Oh, people fell asleep. That happens. Yes, Deborah. So with body, do you say, I'm so sorry, you feel pain or confused? You can do. So always connect it to not the now moment. So, and then what you're doing is you're acknowledging all of those aspects of you and those parts of you. So yeah, that's what you would do. So if it's pain, you say, I'm so sorry you feel, and you could say, I'm so sorry you feel pain, because pain can be seen as emotional pain, physical pain, anything. And so you're just kind of, oh, Kara's just woken up. You can just acknowledge that, but really always acknowledge the emotion. And if you can't get an emotion, just say, I'm so sorry. It's so difficult to feel. Yeah. I'm so sorry. You find it so difficult to feel. And quite often that opens the door to how numb we might have felt. Yeah. But if you need a facilitator, and you find someone that you really resonate with that can take you on that journey. And if you're interested in the soul family, we've got our membership where you can step into the membership and do lots of deep healing all the time. And if you're interested in being a light for others and facilitate others, that would be my Ascension Practitioner Certification Program. Okay, you find that all on my website. Okay, so any other questions? And then I think I'm going to bring this energy in and close for now. So Sarah's saying, question, would I say, I'm so sorry I felt scarcity or scarcity? Do we want always you and not I? Yeah, yeah. So you felt, yeah, you felt, yeah. And Sarah, that's a really good one, because scarcity, the feeling of scarcity, go to the feeling of scarcity. So scarcity is something, but how does it make you feel? Yeah. I know, Cassie, it can sometimes feel weird saying it in that the you person, but I can tell you it's so much more powerful. Okay. And you can do that, Shona. Imagine you're talking to a younger version of you. But sometimes we get into a story with that. So it's best just to kind of invite all of those parts of you, not knowing who they are and how old they are, and just say, I'm so sorry you feel this pain, or I'm so sorry you feel. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been so beautiful to have your energy here. If you like this work and you like the energy that I'm bringing to you, then definitely reach out to me if you want to, but also you can join my newsletter by going onto my website. There's a free video course there that you can get by just joining the newsletter. And of course, reach out to me if you're interested in any of the programs. And follow me on YouTube. I'd really appreciate that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guides. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing Lionsgate portal. Please keep in touch and let me know what opened up for you. How polished your mirror was, what exciting opportunities came. And remember, you are your inner healer, no one else. Love you lots. Okay, just going to stop the recording.